a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann is a French professional footballer who plays as a forward for Atlético Madrid and the French national team. Born and raised in Mâcon, Griezmann began his senior career as a member of Spanish side Real Sociedad in 2009, with whom he won the Segunda División title in his first season. He departed 5 seasons later to join Atlético Madrid for a then-club record €30 million. Although featuring mostly as a winger during his time with Sociedad, Griezmann adapted his game in Madrid to become a complete forward, and quickly became the focal point of the team. He would go on to break the club's scoring record for a debut season, and was named in the 2014-15 La Liga Team of the season. He was also named La Liga Best Player in 2016, nominated for both the 2016 Best FIFA Men's Player and 2016 Ballon d'Or awards, and won the 2017-18 UEFA Europa League. Griezmann is a former French youth international, representing his country at under-19, under-20 and under-21 level, and was part of the team that won the 2010 UEFA European Under-19 Championship on home soil. He earned his first cap for the senior national team in 2014, and played at that year's World Cup, helping his country to the quarter-finals. At UEFA Euro 2016, France finished runners-up as hosts, while Griezmann was the top goal-scorer and was voted the player of the tournament. He later won the 2018 FIFA World Cup, a tournament in which he scored 4 goals, won the bronze ball as the third-best player, and was named man of the match in the final. Early life. Griezmann was born in the commune of Mâcon in the département of Saône-et-Loire. His father Alain, a town councillor, is of a family who originated from Münster, Germany, hence the Germanic surname. His mother Isabel, a former hospital cleaner, is of Portuguese descent, and her father Amaro Lopes was a Portuguese footballer for FC Paços de Ferreira. Amaro Lopes came to France with his wife Carolina to work in construction in 1957, where Isabel was born, and he died in 1992 when his grandson was an infant. As a child, Griezmann often spent his holidays in Paços de Ferreira, Portugal. Griezmann had begun his career playing for hometown club UF Mâcon. While there, he embarked on several trials with professional clubs in order to earn a spot in one of their youth academies, but was rejected, because clubs questioned his size and lightweight frame. In 2005, while on trial with Montpellier, Griezmann played in a friendly match against the youth academy of Paris Saint-Germain in Paris, and impressed several clubs, notably Spanish club Real Sociedad, whose scouts were attending the event. Following the match, the club's officials offered Griezmann a 1-week trial in San Sebastian, which he accepted. He was later offered a second-week stay at the club. The club then contacted his parents and formally offered the player a youth contract. Griezmann's parents were initially reluctant to have their son move to Spain, but allowed him to make the move after positive reassurances. Early career. When he first arrived at Real Sociedad, Griezmann lodged with the club's French scout while attending school across the border in Bayonne, training in the evenings at the club's headquarters in San Sebastian. It took him time to break into Real Sociedad's first team, but after 4 years in the club's youth system he made his debut, called up by Martin Lazat for Real Sociedad's 2009-10 pre-season campaign. In the pre-season, he scored 5 goals in 4 appearances, and an injury to the team's regular left winger led to Lazat selecting him for the start of the season. 2009-10 season. On the 2nd of September 2009, Griezmann made his competitive debut in the team's Copa del Rey match against Rayo Vallecano, appearing as a substitute in the 77th minute of a 2-0 defeat. 4 days later, he made his league debut appearing as a substitute against Real Murcia. On the 27th of September, he made his first professional start and also scored his first professional goal against Huesca in a 2-0 win. 2 weeks later, Griezmann scored his second goal of the campaign in a 2-0 win over Salamanca. In November 2009, he scored goals in back-to-back matches against Hércules and Recreativo de Huelva. The goal against the latter club was the only goal of the match. Griezmann appeared consistently in the team for the rest of the season, scoring 2 more goals in wins over Cadiz and Numancia as Real Sociedad earned promotion to La Liga for the 2010-11 season as league winners. 2010-11 season. On the 8th of April 2010, Griezmann signed his first professional contract, agreeing to a 5-year deal with the club until 2015 with a release clause of €30 million. Prior to signing the contract, he drew considerable interest from Ligue 1 clubs Lyon, Saint-Étienne, and Auxerre. However, having already received considerable first-team playing time with Real, he signed with the Spanish club. Griezmann also drew interest from Premier League clubs Manchester United and Arsenal before signing his contract. Griezmann made his debut in the Spanish First Division on the 29th of August 2010, in the season's first match. In a post-game interview, he described the occasion as fulfilling his childhood dream. In the team's first match after the September international break, Griezmann assisted on the equalizing goal scored by Raúl Tamudo against Real Madrid. Madrid later won the match 2-1 following a goal from Cristiano Ronaldo. On the 25th of October, Griezmann scored his first goal in the league in a 3-0 victory over Deportivo de La Coruña. He celebrated the goal by pretending to drive a truck that was parked near the field. A week later, Griezmann scored the opening goal in a 2-1 win over Malaga. In November 2010, Griezmann scored the only goal in the team's 2-1 loss to Hercules. In the team's second match of the new year, he netted the second goal in the team's 4-0 victory over Getafe. After going scoreless in the next 9 matches, Griezmann returned to his scoring form in March, netting the only goal for Txuri in the team's 2-1 defeat to Racing Santander. 2012-13 season. In the final league game of the 2012-13 campaign, he scored the only goal of the game against Deportivo de La Coruña, securing qualification for the UEFA Champions League for the first time since 2003-04 while also relegating Deportivo. 2013-14 season. At the start of the following season, Griezmann scored a volley against Lyon in his home nation of France, which helped Real Sociedad qualify for the Champions League group stage. Another important goal was also a volley, this time against Athletic Bilbao in a Basque Derby League match at Anita Stadium in January 2014, which ended in a 2-0 victory for Real. 2014-15 season. On the 28th of July 2014, Atlético Madrid reached an agreement with Real Sociedad for the transfer of Griezmann, for a fee believed to be close to his €30 million buyout clause. He passed the medical examination the same day and signed a 6-year contract on the 29th of July. Griezmann made his competitive debut in the first leg of the 2014 Supercopa de España on the 19th of August. A 1-1 draw away to Real Madrid, replacing Saúl after 57 minutes. On the 17th of September, he scored his first goal for the club, in a Champions League group stage match against Olympiacos, in a game which Atletico eventually lost 3-2. Griezmann netted a brace in a 4-2 win over Córdoba on the 1st of November, his first league goals for the club. On the 21st of December 2014, he scored his first La Liga hat-trick as Atletico won 4-1 at Athletic Bilbao, having trailed at half-time. He was the La Liga Player of the Month for January 2015 despite appearing in only 3 of Atletico's 5 matches. On the 25th of April 2015, Griezmann scored a brace against Elche in a 3-0 home win, bringing him to a total of 22 goals in the league season, overtaking Karim Benzema for the highest total by a French player in a single Spanish top division campaign. He finished the season with 22 goals in 37 games, and was selected as the only Atletico player and one of 3 forwards in the Team of the Year at the LFP Awards, alongside Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. 2015-16 season. On the 22nd of August 2015, Griezmann scored the only goal as Atletico began the season with a home victory over promoted Las Palmas. He scored both of the goals on the 15th of September, as they won at Galatasaray in the Champions League group stage. A week later, he repeated the feat to defeat local neighbours Getafe and put Atletico on top of the league. On the 18th of October, in his return to Real Sociedad, Griezmann chipped goalkeeper Jeronimo Rulli in the 9th minute of a 2-0 win. On the 27th of February 2016, Griezmann scored the only goal as Atlético won away to Real Madrid. On the 13th of April, he scored both goals in a 2-0 quarter-final second leg win at the Vicente Calderón Stadium that knocked holders Barcelona out of the Champions League. On the 3rd of May, he scored the decisive away goal against Bayern Munich in the semi-final second leg at the Allianz Arena to send Atlético to the final. Griezmann hit the crossbar with a penalty 2 minutes into the second half with his team trailing 1-0 against Real Madrid in the Champions League final at Milan's San Siro on the 28th of May. He scored in the penalty shootout after the match had ended 1-1 after extra time, but Atlético ultimately lost 5-3. 2016-17 season. On the 23rd of June 2016, Griezmann signed a new contract with Atlético, which would keep him at the club until 2021. On the 1st of November 2016, Griezmann scored both of Atlético's goals in their 2-1 home win against Rostov in a 2016-17 Champions League Group D match to enable Atlético to progress to the round of 16 with 2 matches to spare. On the 22nd of April 2017, he scored the only goal of a win at RCD Espanyol, thus becoming the second Frenchman after Karim Benzema to score 100 La Liga goals, after another trophyless season. And amid speculation that he could leave Atlético for Manchester United after the conclusion of the 2016-17 season, he extended his contract at the club by 1 year in June 2017. After learning that Atlético were given a transfer ban and that they could not sign a replacement, his reported release clause was also raised to €100 million. 2017-18 season. On the 19th of August 2017, Griezmann earned his first red card during a draw against Girona and received a 2-match ban. He was initially booked for diving in the penalty box, then his reaction of using foul language toward the referee earned him a straight red card. He was named La Liga Player of the Month for February 2018 after registering 8 goals and 2 assists during the period, including scoring 7 in 4 days. His second in the 4-0 win against the latter was his 100th goal for Atlético, becoming only the 3rd player of the 21st century to do so after Sergio Aguero and Fernando Torres. He scored in the first leg of the 2017-18 UEFA Europa League semi-final away to Arsenal and assisted Diego Costa for the only goal in the return, contributing to Atlético's 2-1 aggregate victory and progression to the final, held in Lyon and against French opposition in Marseille. He then scored twice in the final as his club claimed the trophy for the 3rd time in 9 years. After months of speculation linking him with a €100 million move to Barcelona, on the 19th of June 2018 Griezmann signed a contract extension at Atlético Madrid until 2023, days after rejecting a move to the Camp Nou. He wrote a message to Atlético on social media: "My fans, my team, my home," in Spanish, French and English, along with a video in which he is seen walking around Madrid. Youth. Due to playing in Spain, Griezmann went unnoticed by several France youth international coaches. After his success with Real Sociedad, on the 23rd of February 2010, he was named to the France under-19 team to play in 2 friendly matches against Ukraine. On the 2nd of March, Griezmann made his youth international debut appearing in the team's 0-0 draw with Ukraine. In the return leg 2 days later, he scored the game-winning goal in the 88th minute to give France a 2-1 victory. On the 7th of June 2010, Griezmann was named to coach Francis Mareka's 18-man squad to participate in the 2010 UEFA European Under-19 Championship. In the tournament, he scored 2 goals and provided an assist in the team's second group stage match against Austria, a 5-0 win, as the national team eventually won the competition on home soil. He was named in the team of the tournament. Due to France's victory at the UEFA Under-19 Championship, the nation qualified for the 2011 FIFA U20 World Cup, which merited under-20 team appearances for Griezmann. On the 28th of September 2010, he was called up to the team to participate in friendly matches against Portugal and the reserve team of Italian club Juventus. Griezmann, however, did not appear in either match due to being sent home early after suffering a thigh injury during a training session. The following month, Despite still being eligible to appear at under-20 level, he was called up to the under-21 team by coach Eric Mombaerts as a replacement for the injured Gabriel Aberton to play in a friendly match against Russia. Griezmann made his under-21 debut in the match, appearing as a second-half substitute in a 1-0 defeat. After appearing in 2 matches with the under-21 team, Griezmann returned to under-20 level and made his debut with the team on the 9th of February 2011 in a 2-1 victory over England at the New Meadow, assisting Clement Grenier's equaliser. On the 10th of June 2011, he was named to the 21-man squad to participate in the U20 World Cup. He made his debut in the competition on the 30th of July 2011 in the team's 4-1 defeat to the hosts Colombia. On the 10th of August, in France's round of 16 match against Ecuador, Griezmann scored the game-winning goal in a 1-0 victory. In November 2012, Griezmann was suspended, along with 4 other youth players, from France's national teams until the 31st of December 2013 for disciplinary reasons regarding a late night out before training. During this time, he considered switching allegiance to his ancestral Portugal. Senior. On the 27th of February 2014, Griezmann received a call-up to France's senior squad by coach Didier Deschamps to play in a friendly against the Netherlands at the Stade de France. He earned his first cap on the 5th of March, appearing as a starter in the 2-0 home win and playing the first 68 minutes. 2014 World Cup. On the 13th of May, he was named in Deschamps' squad for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. On the 1st of June, playing against Paraguay and Nice, he scored his first international goal for France, opening a 1-1 draw. He added 2 more as a late substitute for Olivier Giroud in France's final warm-up match against Jamaica on the 8th of June, the final 2 in an 8-0 win. On the 15th of June, he was selected to start in France's first match of the World Cup, replacing the injured Franck Ribéry on the left side of Les Bleus attack as they defeated Honduras 3-0 in Porto Alegre. In the last 16 against Nigeria, his pressure led to Joseph Yobo scoring a late own goal for a 2-0 French victory. France were eliminated in the quarter-finals by eventual champions Germany. Euro 2016. Griezmann was chosen for France as they hosted UEFA Euro 2016 and started the opening game, a 2-1 win over Romania. For their performances, he and Paul Pogba were benched for the next game against Albania at the Stade Velodrome. Griezmann came on in place of Giroud in the second half and headed Adil Rami's cross with the first shot on target in the last minute to open a 2-0 win. In the last 16 against the Republic of Ireland in Lyon, he scored twice as the French recovered from a half-time deficit to win 2-1, and was also fouled by Shane Duffy, who was given a straight red card. On the 3rd of July, Griezmann assisted Pogba and Dimitri Payet before scoring himself in a 5-2 quarter-final win over Iceland. It was his first goal at the Stade de France. In the semi-finals against Germany 4 days later, he scored twice in a 2-0 victory to lead France to their 3rd European Championship final. Following a 1-0 defeat to Portugal in the final on the 10th of July, Griezmann won the Golden Boot as the tournament's top scorer, with 6 goals and 2 assists in 7 games, and was named the tournament's best player, also being named to the team of the tournament. His tally of 6 goals at the tournament was second only to the 9 goals by compatriot Michel Platini at UEFA Euro 1984. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?